Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavin.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Mob Psycho 100 Season 3, Episode 1 called Future Career Paths.
Let's get it going. Season 3. This is the last season, right?
So far, yeah.
Somebody let us know. It might be 10 years in the future, but...
We just want to be prepared. Season 2 was outstanding.
Unbelievable.
We had a palate cleanser with an OVA, and we are ready to dive in.
My expectation is the first few episodes at least are going to be fun,
Random.
lifestyle, random episodes, and then we're going to get going. Maybe halfway through an episode, just a 90-degree turn, something different happens.
That 5K episode was insane.
That might be one of the biggest plot twists or changes in an episode I've ever experienced.
Did not see that coming.
No.
But like season 2, so many important life lessons. The growth that we saw from Mom, his evolution, Reagan's backstory. Like there were so many
The team dynamics, how they changed.
outstanding moments.
So good.
So that'll be hard to top, but we are keeping an open mind and we're very excited to get started. So here we go. Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 Episode 1 is coming right now.
世の中には未だに科学では解明できない怪奇現象が確かに存在する。人々はそれらと出くわした時、なすすべもなくただ恐怖の闇に突き落とされてしまう。そんな混沌とした闇に一筋の光を差すべく日々戦い続ける者たちがいた。人は彼らをこう呼んだ。霊能力者と。
Right.
What?
I thought Reagan was going to be like the prime.
進路希望？
なんだお前、まだ書いてなかったのか？
全然思いつかなくて。
私は UFO 学科のある大学に行く予定よ。
俺はゲーム会社かな。
普通にサラリーマンって書いたぜ。
まだ1年なんで考え中ですね。
そうだよね。でもみんなちゃんと考えてるんですね。
So he is the most academic out of all of them.
茜さんは柚子胡椒高校を受けるらしいぞ。
柚子校って
ああ、
Usually Pepper High
15以
School.
上は必要っていう県立トップ3に入る進学校だ。
さすが私たちとは頭の出来が違うわね。
すごいな、つぼみちゃん。
それマジ？ゆず校ってイギリスの高校と提携してるから音楽もできるんだって。
Smart girl.
音楽いいな、楽しそう。
俺も学生
Which explosion is that?
I know, I'm like,
ま、お前は良かったな。将来の働き口が確保できてて。
はい。
ここだよ、ここ。転職だろ、お前の。
いや、これアルバイトじゃないですか。
いや、わからんぜ。将来的には正社員を数名構えた立派な事務所になる可能性もある。
They're doing way better business.
True. We think.
レーゲン師匠って中学の時からこの相談所をやろうと思ってたんですか？
は？んなわけないだろう。どんな中学生だよ、それ。
じゃあなんでやろうと思ったんですか？
なんでってそりゃあれだ。ある時自分には稀有な特殊能力があるって気づいたんだが、ちょうどその時の仕事もだいたい極めちまっててな。新たなことに挑戦しようと思ったんだよ。
仕事も極めて自分で事務所も開いて、やっぱり師匠はすごいですね。
なあな。
トイレ掃除終わりました。
おう。っていちいち全部の報告しなくていいからな。
はい。茂雄くん、お疲れ様です。
あ、どうも。
そろそろ依頼人が来る。いいか芹沢よ。正式採用されたからといってもお前はまだほやほやのルーキーだ。 俺の客対応をよーく見てノウハウを学ぶんだ。
Throw salt at them or claim self-defense.
頑張ります。
レーゲン師匠の方が年下なのに。
Question for our viewers. Do you have to select a career path and then the high school you go to is dependent on the career you choose?
That would be wild if that's true.
Can you imagine choosing what you want to do for your life when you're 13, 12?
I'm 40 and I still don't know what I want to do.
That's what I'm getting from all this planning. So somebody tell me, is that the thing? A thing?
I mean, we did the fit in high school of what do you like and you
So
might like
for what
this.
classes to take?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because I know in Japan it's very regimented,
Yeah.
but that'd be crazy.
旅先の古物商で見つけた置物です。思い返せばこれを手にした時から嫌なことばかり起きてる気がしてまともに眠れません。顔色も悪いと言われるようになったし、霊視していただけますか？
かしこまりました。ちなみにいくらで購入されました？
8万円です。
What?
私が確認したところ、
It costs 500.
こんなものは一切感
師
じは。
匠、
どうしたモブ？
その置物、それ以上触らない方がいいですよ。
は？
怨念っていうのかな。いろいろ嫌なものが渦巻いてますけど、多分このままにしておくと結構危ないと思います。
Is he being serious?
やっぱりお祓いしときましょう。一旦上のカフェでお待ちいただけますか？
はい。
モブの見解は分かった。
はい。
で、芹沢、お前はどうだ？
俺ですか？俺から見てもかなり凶悪な呪われた置物にしか見えないですけど。
芹沢よ、なぜそれを言わずにぼーっと見てた？もし俺が本気で呪いに気づいていなかったら大問題だったぞ。
Didn't Mom?
Yeah, but he's using this guy as I'm testing you all the time when he doesn't figure something out.
じゃあ俺は。
まあ、ルーキーだからここは多めに見よう。今から挽回してみるか。一人で払ってみろ。
はい。
I don't get it. Why is he being like this?
Because now he has to prove to somebody else he's not actually a fraud.
やりました。
どうだ、モブ。
芹沢さんの力強いですよ。
よし、よくやったぞ芹沢。その調子で頑張ってくれ。
さっきの衝撃で。
俺のせいで8万円の置物が。ちょっと消費者金融に行ってきます。
待て、安心しろ。
Glue.
俺が何とかする。
Tuna and mayonnaise.
一体何を。
米粒の潜在能力を最大まで解放する霊言の必殺技である。
治った。
この瞬間
Reagan was too much. But he's screaming, Big Bang!
His abilities make me laugh every time he finds them.
The self-defense rush or whatever, and now the race ring Big Bang.
I know they are making fun of other anime, but it's actually quite humorous.
I feel bad for Serizawa, honestly.
Oh no, he's getting used by Reagan, same way that Mon did at the beginning. Now,
But that's his personality. Like, the big boss took advantage of him because he just, like, was a loner and wanted a relationship. And now Reagan's kind of taking advantage of him, and I feel like that's what Reagan does, but then...
he's taking advantage of him in a different way, though. To cover his own inabilities, not to do something
But
nefarious.
everybody knows that he has no abilities, or do you think Mom still thinks he kind of has abilities?
I think Mob thinks he has other abilities. It's cringy.
Yeah.
霊言の底知れない実力に感動し、世界の広さを知ったという。
Just like the teleporter guy. These guys are getting fooled.
資源箸が進んでないじゃない。
進路希望を提出しないといけないんだけど、悩んでるんだ。
まだ大学卒業まで10年近くあるんだから、とりあえずサラリーマンでいいんじゃないのか。
もうあなたは安直すぎるのよ。
まだ高校もどうしようっていう感じなんだけど。
やりたいことが見つからないなら得意なことが活かせる仕事を探すのもいいんじゃないかな。兄さんの場合マジシャンとか。
安直。もういいじゃねえか。適当に書いとけば。
Okay, so maybe not.
Yeah.
進路なんて後でどんだけでも変わるんだからよ。
そういうわけにはいかないよ。将来のことだもん。
相変わらず嘘がつけねえやつだな。
It's not mob style.
どうするの？
悪霊に将来を聞くのか。ナチュラルに容赦ねえな。
そうだね。ごめん。
あ、待てよ。俺様にも確か何か。そうだ、忘れてたぜ。
進路希望か。うちは農家だからな。高校卒業したら将来は継ぐことになるかもしれん。
俺はとりあえず高校進学って感じだ。陸上のスポーツ推薦でな。
俺は筋肉を鍛える仕事に就く。
うちの親は公務員を。
Wow, that guy's really smart.
俺は動物が好きだから獣医になるって決めてるんだ。
鬼瓦は漫画家って言ってたよな。
どうだってめなんて言うんだよ。
満研のある共学の高校に入るために勉強してって言ってただろう。
みんなもう結構決めてるんだ。将来を。
The big broccoli.
そうだろうなとは思ってたけど、その表情を見ると間違いないみたいね。
目里さん、何の話？
先日のテロ事件。世間は天才に乗じた町嵐だと思う。
Oh, so this is like recent.
きっと裏では世界の存亡をかけた戦いが繰り広げられていた。モブ君が悪の軍団をやっつけたけど、失うものも大きかった。てなところでしょ。
いやまあ、進路どうしようかなって。
嘘でしょ。見なさいよあれを。あれにモブ君が関係してることはもう分かってんのよ。
She's got good sources.
真珠って呼ばれ始めてる。神聖視されてるってこと。名乗り出るべきよ。真珠を生み出したのは自分ですって。
Do you think it kind of looks like him?
目里さんが前に言ってた。
Looks like who?
最高ヘルメット卿。
It looks like his
それに関
face.
係あるようにしたいの。
珍しく察しがいいわね。その通りよ。モブ君、君は本当にすごい。
Cult leader? Does that go on the career path for him?
私の人生を振り返った時
A god?
一番大きな出来事になるかもって。
目里さんは将来決めてる？
え、何よ。
Journalist. That's
私
her
は
path.
カメラマンだな。
She's pretty
ジ
smart.
ャーナリストよ。そんな感じ。
You were right.
きっとね。目里さんの人生、もっともっと大きな出来事はあるよ。いくらでも。
いや、あれはなかなかないでしょ。
言葉の派手さとか見た目の大きさとかじゃないよ。
例えば？
僕だったら肉体改造部に入部したこととか。
どこが大きな出来事よ。
目里さんの言うことだって変わらないよ。だってあれブロッコリーだし。
そっか、ブロッコリーか。納得できるわけないでしょ。じゃあモブ君は将来どうすんの？
Yeah, but it's the biggest broccoli anybody's ever seen ever.
浮かばなくて。
最終的に何の説得力もなくて安心したわ。モテなすぎて悟っちゃったのかと思った。
At least she's honest.
私は間違いなく悪霊に取りつかれています。これまで多くの霊能者
What does he live in a dumpster? What is that?
誰も悪霊を払
Oh
う
no, it's like that's a house.
ふむ、なるほど。私が思うに確実にいると思われる。
Not just a hoarder.
やはりあなたに依頼してよかった。ご希望ちなみに具体的にどのような原因でそう思われたのでしょうか。
まず肩が重いのと金縛りに合います。 歯磨きしているのに虫歯になったのも機械だ。おそらくバイトをクビになったのも悪霊のせいだ。
Some people just look for reasons why their life's not going the way they want.
言いがかりでたまに手の甲をかすめるだけだったのに、悪霊のせいで恋人にも逃げられました。
This guy is so against my vibe, I just can't.
若くていい子だったんですが、金欠だと言ったら態度が急変して、まるで悪霊だ。
Looks like an escort.
いたはずなのに。ああ、異常に抜け毛が増えたのもありますね。まるで誰かにむしられているかのように。
そうですか。ところでこのゴミの山は。
ゴミじゃない、私の財産だ。バリアのようなものですね。囲まれてると安心して眠れるんです。バリアですか。
This guy does not need a psychic, he needs a therapist.
Looks like he is just one of those people who needs to blame something else for all of his misfortune.
Wasn't my fault. Didn't do it.
I hate the victim mentality. I hate it so much. I bet you guys could have deduced that about me.
Shocking.
That guy is going to be going down as another anime crypt keeper to me. I know we find one in almost every anime. He is that right now.
I brushed my teeth and they're still janky. Those teeth, though.
Oh my gosh. I had a visceral reaction to this guy. First of all, I thought the shot of his living room was a dumpster. I legit thought they were like behind a building in a dumpster. Oh my gosh, my hands are sweating thinking about it. I almost just gagged.
There's a person we sometimes look into their garage as we walk by. That's what it reminds me of.
One of the neighbors like the next block over. Oh my gosh, I'm like, how do you find anything in here?
It's so much stuff, it's wild. That's what that reminded me.
But anything that is stacked that high, there are vermin in there. And
When's the last time you used the thing on the bottom? That's what
exactly. Exactly. But the thing is, they know where things are.
I know, it's crazy.
But that is like a breeding ground for vermin. Just
the roaches.
You don't need to be a minimalist, but let's just clean it up a bit. And I'm sorry, that woman was an escort for sure.
100%. When she found out I was broke, she left.
Yeah, this guy is not my style at all. We saw a glimpse of this from Reagan in episode 6 from season 2 when he was feeling really sorry for himself, but not to this level.
I wonder if Reagan is going to take his money or not.
Probably, that's what Reagan does.
Maybe.
And look at all the hairs on the ground.
この写真は
昔の写真ですね。やんちゃしてた頃の。
Here's Headley Hill.
お前ら、お客の話を聞いててくれ。俺は強力なお祓い道具を取ってくる。
Is he about to barf?
わかりました。
誰も私の悪霊を退治できないとしたら、もう人生おしまい。
This is gonna be a salt exorcism.
Throw some salt at this guy's eye bags.
しかないのでしょうか。親とは20代で死に別れ、親戚には絶縁され、人脈もなければ手に職もない。そもそももう終わっているのか？
その気持ちよくわかります。
Oh, is he gonna come through?
同じ部屋にいた時、一生このままなのかなって。
Serizawa was earning his salary. Oh my god. No, these guys.
The sweetest.
これまでの50年もあったのに、残ったものは親がくれたこの家だけ。私が手にしたものは何もない。ずっと流されるまま楽な方を選んできた。
Well, you can change it now, right?
真面目な道に進んでいれば、人間一度間違えると。
Well, now Mob is gonna go through and be like, I don't want to end up like this guy.
670円が2点。
Wait, is there actually?
明日にしようよ。だるいし、疲れるし、今日はもう寝ちゃおうよ。洗って落ちた。
Is this actually happening or is it metaphorical showing how people become complacent?
これでなんだこれ。おいおいおい、ゴミ屋敷の方か。
Wait, it's actually a spirit?
悪霊の子分か。ダブル水素水ミスト。
水に溶解した水素ガスの力で悪霊の攻撃を防ぐ霊言の必殺技である。
He's really come out with some clutch attacks this episode.
He's leveled up since season 2.
何やってる。
あ、師匠、帰ってたんですか？
帰ってたんですか。じゃねえ。見ろ、悪霊が出てきちゃってんだよ。
あ、本当だ。こんなに大きいのに取り憑かれてたんですね。
いえ、あれ多分この人の生き量だと思います。
どっちでもいい。
Wait, what?
It's basically a manifestation, I think, of his own laziness, like a projection. He's created it out of his own lack of ambition.
Is it affecting everybody in the neighborhood?
It looks like it, which is actually really interesting because I firmly believe that you kind of become who you surround yourself with. So you have this guy who's doing nothing and it kind of seeps into everyone around him. And I think that's true.
Here I was being like, this guy, victim mentality, terrible. There's no spirit, and meanwhile there's like an actual mushroom cloud spirit outside.
But it's self-created. He's the cause of the spirit versus the other way around, I think.
This show, if that's actually the case, is genius.
Genius.
But the way that Mob and Serizawa were able to relate to this guy, like, we don't deserve them, okay?
No.
We do not.
No.
Because I was writing this guy off immediately.
Yeah, I really like this kind of message about how both you and the people you spend your time with can affect each other, both for good or bad. I think it's super important who you choose to spend your time with, whether that's teammates. I mean, some people you don't have a choice, but you can always choose your own attitude. Yeah, and this is actually really interesting.
If this is not remotely on that path, then
we'll delete everything.
It still applies.
過ぎて周りに被害が出ちまう。お前ら頼むぞ。
He's like, I can't do this because I'm too strong. Well, no roof left, so.
No garbage either.
どうもありがとうございました。おかげでこれからの人生、前を向いて生きていけそうです。
それはよかった。しかし、屋根が大変なことになってしまって。
ああ、まあ、親が保険に入ってくれてたんで大丈夫です。
やはり頼りになるのは保険ですね。ではこれも保険代わりに。
Was that somebody else's?
Oh, that was a stack of manga.
どうした芹沢、気持ち悪いのか。
他人事だとは思えない。俺も同じです。30年も生きてきて何も持ってない。
いちいち客に影響を受けてたら持たねえぞ。人生まだ折り返してもいねえだろう。これまでを後悔してるなら早めに気づけてラッキーじゃねえか。なあ、マブ。
僕も今は他人事に聞こえない。
お前も？
僕はたまたま大きな失敗をまだしていないだけで、いつかその瞬間が訪れるかも。想像すると自分の道を選ぶのが怖くなりますよ。
That nothing is. There are very few things that are
考
permanent.
えてたの？ああ、ちょうど進路決めの季節だったな。
芹沢さんは大丈夫だと思います。あそこで働くといろんな人の話が聞けるし、勉強になるから。 でも僕は
とりあえずの高校進学か。
結局何も浮かばなかった。
公立を目指すなら数学と地理を何とかしないとな。次のテスト頑張れよ影山。
はい、それだけ？
ただまあ将来的な目標を持っていた方が人生設計も立てやすい。焦る必要はないが10代のうちに何か見つけないと苦労するかもな。先生は今になってゆっくりと一人旅がしたいと思うようになった。もっと若いうちにそう思っていればよかったよ。マラソン大会での影山を見る限り大丈夫かな。
先生、旅人っていうのもいいかもしれません。
その流されやすさは心配だぞ先生は。
I love that he got credit for the marathon.
I know, he made such an improvement from the year before, and I really think it's great that his teacher noticed.
Yeah. In general, this has to do with the show, but it doesn't. What do you think about, not forcing, but making kids think about the future that young? I don't know how I feel about that.
I think people need to explore a wide variety of interests.
I agree.
I don't think it's good to be pulled into one thing too early. If you know that, if you have a passion really, really young, for sure, explore it. But if you're not sure, I don't think there should be pressure to decide so early. You're just setting yourself up to be unhappy later.
Yeah, because everything you do is going to change. Being a kid should be about exploring, experience, and then learning the things that will make you successful down the road. Trying hard, learning how to deal with failure, doing all of those things. Not necessarily about sticking with a path and going for it. Like, you want to be able to pivot and learn and make mistakes. I mean, I understand that it's easier when you have a goal and you're kind of learning those things, but I don't know. I was curious what you thought about that.
Yeah, there are very few decisions you make in life that have permanent consequences, so you can just kind of do what feels right.
僕の将来の進路希望は霊とか相談所じゃない。
How's he gonna continue the business?
そうか。ここは居心地がいいし、レーゲン師匠に何でも相談できるけど、それが当たり前になると、僕はこのまま年齢だけが大人になってしまう気がするんです。すみません、レーゲン師匠。将来ここに就職する約束はできません。
I mean, that's a good realization.
Yeah.
マーブよ。あんなの冗談に決まってんだろ。これからやりたいことなんていくらでも見つかる。この前聞いたよな。なんでこの相談所開いたかって。
はい。
あん時はああ言ったが、本当はな、前の会社に飽きて、ただの思いつきでこの相談所を始めたんだ。最初は1年くらいで飽きてやめようかと思ってたんだけどな。ちょうどその時。ま、紆余曲折あって現在に至るってわけだ。最初は単なる思いつきだったけど、今はやりたいことになったって言っても嘘じゃねえな。とにかく、やりたいことなんて別に仕事じゃなくたっていいし。
That's great advice.
お前はお前の好きなように生きればいいんだ。
レーゲン師匠。はい。ありがとうございました。
まだ営業終わってないのに戻ってくるのか。
The broccoli.
Is Dimple gonna possess it and be worshipped? No.
Dimple's about to make his move.
You've got to be kidding me. Dimple's got a career change, but it's the same career, but a different mechanism. He just wants to be worshipped.
Yeah, all powerful. In the end, Reagan always comes through with good advice.
Just gonna say that. He started out the episode with me being a little bit annoyed, and then he finishes with a bang, giving great advice to Mom and being honest.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing for Reagan is that he generally always gets there. It's just not his starting point. And I think that's true for so many people. Like your base instinct or reaction might not be what you want it to be, but that's just how you're wired. It happens. But can you kind of get to where you want to be? Like, do you have a way to do that? And I think that's one thing I appreciate about Reagan.
Yeah, that's the thing that keeps me like on. Am I on Team Reagan? I don't know. But just
you're on
hear me
Team
out.
Reagan.
That's the one thing that keeps me on Team Reagan is that he eventually gets there. Even though he does a lot of things that kind of drive me crazy, he gets there in some capacity, which is good.
He's willing to kind of reflect and think about what he's done and then make an adjustment, which I think is all you ever can do, right? It's like feelings. You can't help what you feel, but you can control your actions outside of those feelings, or that happen because of those feelings. I think he's a very relatable character, even though the frustration level with him sometimes is super high.
I liked this episode.
Yeah, me too.
Really good start to season 3. I like how Serizawa and Mob were reflecting after seeing the garbage house guy. I liked your take on what was going on there. I think it was like very relatable also for a lot of people. And yeah, just the honesty and seeing Mob's evolution of like, yeah, I don't think I really want to do this long term.
Yeah.
Good start. I'm happy.
I think the idea of what you do with your future can be very overwhelming. I think both of you and I knew kind of what we wanted to get into from a young age, so there's not necessarily, I don't think we felt that same anxiety, maybe after you retired. I think it's definitely something a lot of people think about.
But we would love to hear your thoughts on the beginning of season 3, so be sure to hit us up in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Mob Psycho 100 coming next week. Bye!
And I think the interesting thing about Reagan is he always gets there, and I think that's part of the battle. Like, we all have